Hey, hi. Okay, so right away, let's just jump right into it. So first of all, who is this reading for? I feel like this reading is going to be for someone who's currently feeling left out or trapped from something that they want. They are being restricted access. Okay, so and also at the same time, somehow whatever that is there on the other side of this is also not really having a good time. Okay, so it's almost as if the grass is more greener situation, but you don't really see it since you are on this side of the wall. Let's say you are mostly just focused only on the restriction that's been imposed onto you, right? And you seem to be someone who's been looking for answers and trying to deal with the situation in a very righteous manner. There seems to be an emphasis in doing things with integrity. Maybe this will come up later, but there's a strong emphasis on that. Like you want to have it the right way, or you just don't want something but yeah, apart from that, it can also be seen like you might be someone uh, who makes impulsive decisions sometimes or acts out hastily. Like you do catch yourself doing that sometimes. It's not too bad, but yeah, that's there. So if generally you feel like something that you really want is being kept away from you, like no matter how hard you go after it, you don't really get it. It feels like the goalpost is just being moved further away from wherever your attempts are going. And if you also have this feeling, right, that whatever this thing is that you're going after, that is the missing piece of the puzzle. That is what flips the switch of the perspective of the story of your life or whatever, right? Whatever is success or whatever it is that you seek to gain from this, right? You feel like whatever that is being restricted to you is also the key to your success, let's say. If you're able to resonate with these thoughts, then welcome. This is probably your reading. There's a message for you here. But before we move further, I just quickly want to add a couple more things, right? Overall, in general itself, there's a heavy strong there's Sagittarius, right, rising sign energy, which shows that you could be someone who's highly like learned. You seek out knowledge. You crave knowledge, and not just the mundane or trivial stuff, right? Not the gossip stuff, but you seriously have a craving to gain deeper knowledge of things which are like a little bit more complicated. Like, for example, you'd not just want to learn math or numbers or finance, let's say, but you'd want to learn how financial decisions impact the economy, right? On a large scale, how a change in interest rates can change the way global trade occurs, right? For example, or you could be someone who doesn't just like music but wants to get nerd out on the music theory behind it, right? Things like that. You like to go deep into whatever it is that you like to learn. And at the same time, surprise, surprise, you also have a deep inkling or like an attraction towards things that you can't see on the surface, right? Things that are not visible to the which are not obviously visible to us, like things related to energy, right? Like astrology, tarot, like things like that. So you have a tendency to dig deeper into those areas, and you're going to try to find answers through that general something general that I just thought I'd just say it out there. Also, you could have also be someone who's had to deal with a lot of unforeseen, like sudden situations in your life, and you always find that these problems, you have this feeling like these problems come out of the blue, and it feels like not everybody has to deal with emergency situations like you do, but you just have you for some reason face them. But you also have this trait where those situations that you face, you come out much more wiser than someone else who'd go through a similar situation to yours. You learn from it, you actually gain from it, maybe not directly materially, but you gain a lot of power from it. I don't know how to exactly put it, but if you were to put somebody else in the same shoes that you had to experience, right, the experiences that you had to go through, it would almost seem like nobody else, like not a lot of people can do that, can stand a chance, can come out and win from that situation, right? Such are the kind of situations you might have had to deal with. This was completely not a part and of the reading, but okay. Let's look at the message itself, right? It seems that you've been worried, or like you've been feeling like you've been left out, like I mentioned earlier, or you've been restricted access from some kind of resource. The most obvious one that I can think of is money, but it need not be money exactly for all of you, right? It could be something else. Like it could even be something like access to a larger network of people, or like more powerful people, or like more intelligent people, or people of your wavelength, or just people of a different wavelength that having access to that opens up a different set of possibilities for you, right? So something like that. So some kind of resource that's been blocked for you. At least you've been perceiving it as being blocked. Like you really wanted it more than the amount that was naturally coming to you. And there's a need to focus, or like put your focus has been going towards this resource. And the message out here is that the the way you are seeing that resource, right, is a little bit clearer these days. You almost see it as something else. Like, I mean, you could say that in the past maybe you didn't view that resource with the same in the same light as you view it now, right? It's almost as if you're getting more clearer vision into that resource itself. Or it could be like maybe you see like more practical uses for it, or like how you can manipulate it to gain something from it. So like this, the options are like, they're not restricted, but the base thing is that you see clearer this energy, this resource. All resources are also energies, right? Money is nothing but a form of energy, also in a way, as same as anything else is. So the same way, whichever resource this is, like emotional support is also an energy. Uh, you can extend that example to anything that you can use as a resource. That's why we call it natural resources and man-made resources. They in some one of them involves energies, right? Like wind energy, solar energy, stuff like that. So you get the idea, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is that with this clarity of thought, right, with this independent thought process that you've adapted towards this resource, there seems to be a new opportunity that's coming your way. And it's almost as if, like, because you can see more clearer, your potential has increased, right? And this increase in potential is also at the same time attracting this new opportunity, because that's how things work, right? In the energy field, like if your energy expands, you kind of the in the material world also brings it into your physical reality to match the energy thing that you have, right? I know this is like a very like a larger subject, but I'm just trying to put it in as simple terms as possible. But yeah, there's also a need to look at this resource on how are you managing it well, like earlier, like what your perspective was on it. But the bottom line is, like, the way you're seeing it is changing. And not just that, you're just getting a clearer vision, right? You're getting clarity. And I'm not able to exactly tell like what's causing what, but it's like which side is of the coin is heads and tails, right? Did you've assigned one side to it, but technically you get it, right? I hope you get it. uh, let me think of a better example. Yeah, so imagine you saw like a piece of rope, or which was like further away from you, somewhere on the ground, and you have this. You're like a little bit far away, and you see that, and you think it's a snake. So you walk closer, and you know how the realization that it's not a snake, it's a rope, right? Both of these realizations occur at the same instant, right? It's like when you realize it's not a snake, almost at the same time you do realize that it's a rope. Yeah, that's a better analogy, and this is like not mine. Like I read it in some book some time ago, but yeah, there you go. I hope now that I made that clear. Anyway, going back to the reading, sorry for derailing, but as you can see, the vision is becoming clearer. So your potential, you see a larger potential, right? And so to catch up to that potential, there's a new opportunity coming your way for whatever this resource may be. Yeah, good for you, I guess. And I also try to just find out if there's any guidance for you guys, whoever resonates with this, and I can see that even though like it seems like it's a good thing, right? Overall, like you have a resource that's being lacking, or like you feel left out, or like you don't get it as much as you wanted, type of thing. But then it looks like there's a newer opportunity coming your way because you have a more clear vision of what it is, this resource, how to use it, how to make the most of it, or like whatever, right? How to manage it, healthy relationship with it, whatever it could be. While at the same time things seem to be improving for you, there's also a need to look at what we discussed in the beginning, right? About what does this resource, access to this resource, really do for you, right? You're welcome to do whatever you want with whatever you get, but the point is that, like, how we discussed earlier, that even something that's on the other side of this restriction or this distance, right, something that's on the other side is also not necessarily having a good time. So the point is that nothing from the external world, I think, that you obtain is going to make a significant or a meaningful impact in this inner state of being. And the guidance that's here for you is that the thing that you are going after might be a state of feeling that is internal, and not much of external things can really make a meaningful impact to it, right? I know I'm repeating myself, but you get the idea. So yeah, do with this message what you may. I hope all you guys have wonderful things that come your way, and it will happen that way. That's for sure. Take care. Bye.